Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Bhavna Kapoor. Before talking about today's topic, let me just brief you about this channel that will have comprehensive coverage of all current affairs, important articles of prominent newspapers and journals. Study material for various competitive exams will also be shared. So let's begin with today's topic, which is the burning topic in international relations. I'll be talking about India-China relations. India and China share a 4,057-kilometer long boundary, and unfortunately, the entire boundary is disputed. The line which delineates the boundary between the two countries is popularly called McMahon Line by Sir Henry McMahon, its author. But China terms it illegal. In 1957, China occupied Aksai Chin and built a road through it, which culminated into Indo-China War of 1962. The boundary which came into existence after the war came to be known as the Line of Actual Control or LAC. It is a military held line. In this slide, we can observe two images. The first one depicts China occupied Aksai Chin, and the second one explains India China border, which is further divided into the Line of Actual Control, Western Sector, Middle Sector, and Eastern Sector, along with the respective length of the border. We now talk about four main components in India China relationship. The first is boundary issue, that is, the disputed boundary between India and China. Second, regional security competition in India's neighborhood. In this, specifically, we talk about the Belt and Road Initiative today that leverages China's resources, Nepal settling its border with China in 1960s, China's sharing of nuclear technology with Pakistan in 1970s, Bangladesh importing Chinese military hardware in 1980s, and Chinese backing for military junta in Myanmar in the 1990s. Third is economic relation, where we talk about the widening trade deficit between the two countries, which is not in favor of India. Fourth, global governance cooperation. Now, both China and India found common cause at BRICS, that is a grouping of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, and also Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank and Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Now, some of the attempts for rapprochement or reconciliation of interest between the two countries are as follows. In 1988, following Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi's visit to China, the Joint Working Group was set up to look into the border problem. In 1993, agreement on the maintenance of peace and tranquility along the LAC was signed. In 1996, agreement on confidence building measures in the military field along the LAC was signed. Now we talk about the recently cropped up issue of border dispute between the two countries, which is due to China's invasion along Indian side of LAC, because India constructed a road connecting Dabruk, Shiok, Daulat Beg Oldie that is strategically important for India. Both sides have agreed to diffuse 4 out of 5 points of discord, but the situation at the fifth, that is Pangong Lake, remains uncertain. The Chinese have entrenched their positions with tents and remain on India's side of LAC. Now, what has been India's response and its balancing approach with respect to strained relations with China? Despite China's opposition to US India civil nuclear agreement and India's waiver at the nuclear suppliers group, India sought to maintain a balance along with normalizing ties with Beijing. Now, some of the steps taken by India are improving border infrastructure, reallocating Air Force assets eastwards, raising Army mountain divisions for a stronger response, and activating one dormant airfields. India also increased economic aid and concessional loans to neighboring countries like Sri Lanka, Nepal, Maldives, Bangladesh to counter China's soft loan diplomacy. India also increased its naval deployments in Indian and Western Pacific Ocean. India also stood against China on Doklam issue supporting Bhutan. India continuously rejects Belt and Road Initiative and Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. India also does this with the help of external balancing. In the past few years, India has made continuous progress in facilitating logistics support, increasing maritime awareness, upgrading military exercises, and regularizing strategic dialogues with the US, Japan, Australia, Russia, France, South Korea, Southeast Asia, and others. Even the recently concluded June 2020 India Australia Virtual Summit is the latest step in this direction. Thus, India must logically accelerate its efforts at external balancing to deal with the powerful China. So, with this, I end my today's video. Please do like and subscribe to my channel if you like it. Also, feel free to ask questions in the comment section below. Thank you and take care.